Hey guys, well it is a chilly, frosty, and sort of ice foggy day here in Central Oregon, and I thought it'd be a good day to go over the Diode Dynamics SS3 light pods. It's coming up on about a year of use. This is going into my second winter using these, and I first got introduced to Diode Dynamics when I did my retrofitting. Go see that video, I'll put a link up there. They're the ones who built the daytime running lights that make this adventure bus so recognizable. Apart from any other motorhome or early 2000s E350. Now, the Diode Dynamics was something I really wanted to get into and try some of their other products. For one, they are made in the USA. They are very high quality. They are also state-of-the-art. They are just as good as anything else on the market, if not better. And they always have some sort of modularity to them. Those four things are all the criteria that I look at any sort of high-end off-road light, and they're coming in at a price point that is below some of the big brand name market guys in the off-road industry. Now, we'll get into kind of some of what are the things I like about it here later, but they're a newer company. They've been around since 2006. They are in, I believe, St. Louis, Missouri, back east there. Again, like I said, made, developed in the USA, which I think is fantastic. So some of the other lighting companies that I've used and tested, things of that nature, I've never really been thoroughly happy with. You guys know that throughout my home defense tactical, I've been into lighting, not just vehicle lighting, but personal lighting for a very long time. And I don't like compromise. And inevitably, a lot of times you have to compromise when it comes to off-road lighting. Now, depends on pricing and performance, and these guys kind of, as I just said, cover all the bases that I would look for. Now let's talk about made in the USA. That's great. It's probably going to use some overseas components, but you are not only providing employment, but you're helping the U.S. economy. I think it's just great. When you can, there's hands down, there's nothing better than something that's made here in the States. Performance, equal, if not better than anything else on the market. And you're going to see some of the big brand names that even if you go to their website and you look up their comparison videos, they are completely just down to earth, honest guys about what you're looking for. If that's what you want, go for that. If this is what you want, go for this. And I'm going to tell you why Diode Dynamics I think makes a better product. Starting off with just their actual performance. So they developed the TIR, which is basically a forced focused light. It's basically like if you cut a diamond so that it shines and reflects more light. It's the reverse of that. You're taking the light from the LEDs and you're focusing it exactly where you want it. So I'll put in a light shot here of just their fog lights. This is their Pro Edition I have on the truck here on the Adventure Bus. They do make a standard model. You'll see the standard model is less lumen output or candela. However, it's a much tighter pattern. And then recently, coming up here in 2021, you're going to have a max output option, which is even tighter, I think, than the Pros. Really puts out a ton of light. I think they're using 10-watt Osram light emitters out of that thing. It's impressive. Now, that price point for the max does get up there to some of the higher end brands that you'll see on the market, but I think for what they're offering, it beats it. Now, this guy here also has the ability to change optics. And what I mean by that is if I decided I didn't want this fog pattern, or since this is the first yellow light emitting sort of light that I've used on my trucks ever, and if I decided that wasn't something I was interested in, I could just order up the white fog pattern, or the flood, or the driving. And if I put in a photo here from their website, you're going to see that not only is the fog, but the driving is SAE certified. That means legal depending on your state. You can run it on the road as a fog light. You can run it on the road as a driving light. Now the max I did see is too much brightness for the qualifications. So if you go with the max, the driving mode won't be SAE, but the fog light still is. I love something that I can run and not blind. If you guys have been out driving in the last 5 to 10 years, you know there's a lot of things out on the market, and there's a lot of people that are using off-road lights on the highway, and they're absolutely not just obnoxious, but they're unsafe. All right, guys, get a closer look at absolutely, high quality bracketry. I really love the way they did the heat sinking back here, and you can see the waterproof connector that allows you to disassemble it or assemble it. You're also going to see the screws on the back here that allow you to take that front TIR reflector off. And like I said, you could run a flood. You could switch this over. I could decide to run this as a pro sort of driving. If I get the max and I decide I want the max as my fog light, I will simply move over the optics. And I think that modularity is something you're not going to see in any other brand. All right, guys, so that's a quick look. Not only is that modularity great in case you want to decide to change things up, as technology changes, like I said, if I purchase the max, I will be able to put on the fog light optics, and maybe I can order the max in a driving light, and I can try things out. That modularity also means that it's user serviceable. If I get a crack in a lens, I can order a new lens. That sort of thing is not anything you're going to find in the market itself. Now let's talk about the market. As I mentioned, there's some great lights out there. The majority, 99% of what you see in the market, I think is utterly crap. And I say that with the greatest intention. When you guys see me do a flashlight review and you take that light emitter and you just open up without any reflector, that thing is just going to scream the light everywhere, right? Now, what if I take that and I put it in a deep cup reflector? That's going to focus all that light, and I'm going to shoot 2,000 feet in the background with all the lumens focused. That's the problem you get with most either light pods or even most light bars that are on the market, is all those LEDs have not much of a reflector, and yeah, it's thousands and thousands of lumens, but they're not going anywhere. They're literally just brute forcing lighting up in front of you. Now with the TIR optics, I was first introduced to that in Surefire flashlights. Still, another made in the USA company, hands down one of the largest tactical companies that every sort of police, SWAT, military guy has trusted their life to. They started using TIR optics because you can focus all of the light that you want exactly how you want it. You can create the hotspot, you can create the flood, you can have the usable light in a program, and then you put it on a light and it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. So that's how they can get away with that SAE certifications. And I just think it's a much better light than anything on the market. Now recently, they also came out with their it's basically half an SS3. It's two LED emitters. So if you did that in a flood for maybe an area light or a backup light, you can get them flush mounted if you want. And that's probably what I'll do. I might even run some ditch lights on the side. Now, I've got plans to do a rollover bar on the top and mount at least 4 very prominent lights, and my hope is that with Diode Dynamics and the way they're still going just strong in the industry right now, is that they're going to come out with at least a 7 or a 9-inch large, substantial off-road reflector. Everything I've seen in the market, there's only a couple companies I've looked at that really I would even consider. They're quite expensive for what they are, but I'm really hoping that Diode Dynamics will come out with something similar. Now, before they got popular with the SS3s, they did have some light bars. They used the similar optics. You could trade things out. They're a little bit better price point. Go check out their website. Unfortunately, I actually came out here to do this video before the holiday weekend because I was hoping you guys could take advantage of a discount code. They still have one going. I'll put one down below, but I did the entire video with no audio. All right, guys, we're going to wrap that up here. Hopefully, my review over the last year of using this, going into my second winter, all sort of conditions from freezing, ice, storms, you name it, to be able to be seen on the road, hands down, I'll never go to another yellow optic again. So many yellow optics on the market keep too much of the light from coming through. These guys designed an optic that is absolutely phenomenal. So you be seen better on the road, as well as be able to see the road. From the coast when it gets foggy, days like this where we have ice fog on the road, just the safety and knowing that I can run it legally on the road without blinding other people, everything about it, like I said, it ticks all the boxes. Go check out Diode Dynamics. There'll be a link down below for a coupon code currently as we enter in December 2020. Hope you guys are well. I look forward to your comments and questions. We'll see you down the road. Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.